We're all busy these days, and almost no one has the time to spend hours cooking dinner. But the truth is, you can make a nutritious and delicious family meal in as little as 15 minutes. And early show contributor Katie Lee is here to prove it. Katie, good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to put you on the spot.
You are going to put me on the spot, but that's fine because I'm prepared.
You get 5 minutes. All right. Well, that's just it, though. Who really has the time to prepare all day? Very few people.
People always say to me, "Oh, I just don't have time to cook, Katie."
Yeah.
That's not true. Everybody, you can do this meal in 15 minutes. It's going to take less time than picking up the phone, calling the Chinese delivery, and having it knock at your door.
Got it.
This is going to be done, and it's going to be healthy,
Yeah.
low fat, low sodium, delicious, and every ingredient is going to count in this.
Okay.
And this is a meal that I came up with one night when I was like scratching my head, what am I going to make?
Yeah.
And I looked around in my pantry and came up with this.
Okay, when you say every ingredient's going to count, you mean there's a health benefit to everything that we're going to use here, right? Okay.
Exactly. So we're going to start with our peanut crusted chicken.
Okay.
This is really delicious, and you could absolutely substitute other nuts, but we're using peanuts. So I have this handy dandy little nut grinder. This is a great gadget to have on hand because it makes it so quick.
And you actually have one of those at the house,
and less mess. Yes, I love my gadgets.
Nice job. Okay.
All right, so peanuts are great because they are actually a legume, not a nut. A little bit of trivia for you. And they're high in oleic acid, which is a healthful fat.
Okay.
And it kind of helps lower your cholesterol and stuff, all that good stuff.
But you could use other ones if you wanted to.
Yeah,
you could use
almonds would be great,
like
pecans, anything like that. Cashews would be yummy.
Yeah.
But I had peanuts, so that's what I'm going for. Okay, so chicken breast, if you want to do this part.
Okay.
These are thinly sliced chicken breast, which cook a lot faster. Keep these on hand in your freezer. You could also use a fish like tilapia would be great, really quick. Okay, into some flour. This is just an easy breading technique. Okay, now into the egg. It's one egg lightly beaten. You could also substitute just egg whites if you want to make it even lower in fat. Okay, let the excess drip off. Let the excess drip off and then roll it in your peanuts.
Got it.
Just like that. And it's super easy, delicious, and those nuts are just going to add a good crunch factor and make it really flavorful. That looks good.
So you really want to
put it right on
make sure it's all...
Get it all nice and coated. It goes on to a prepared baking sheet. I just spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. That's going to go into the oven at 400 degrees for 12 minutes.
400 for 12 minutes?
The top oven. And while that cooks, we're going to get everything else ready for our meal.
Because we're going to put a little salsa on top of this to really dress it up, right?
Yes, we're going to put a pineapple salsa. It's all about having lots of good flavors so that you don't need that extra fat.
Got it.
So we'll chop up some pineapple here. Now, pineapple actually has 128% of your daily value of manganese.
Wait a second. What?
You wonder what that does for you. It's an antioxidant builder, and it also has vitamin B, which helps boost your energy. So all kinds of good stuff.
Well, you weren't kidding when you said all these had a
exactly. And jalapenos, that helps boost your metabolism. Spicy foods, some cilantro.
Love cilantro.
I love cilantro, and we're saving some of this cilantro for our couscous that's coming up. Some onions, again, just more flavor, and a little pinch of salt, and we're just going to stir that together. This is delicious. You can put this on so many different things. With summer coming up, it's great on grilled meats, grilled fish. So this is something that I make quite often. You could also substitute peaches, plums, anything like that. So we'll take it down here to save for when our chicken comes out of the oven. Next up is couscous. This is an herbed couscous. It's really delicious. I've got some water boiling. Couscous is a great time saver because it takes only 5 minutes to cook. You just boil your water.
Goes a long way too, huh?
Yeah, it totally does. So I'm adding to this curry powder. Now, curry powder is great because it's a blend of spices, so you don't have to be reaching for a couple different containers. You just do one. I'm putting 2 teaspoons in, and it has turmeric in it, which is an anti-inflammatory. So, and again, adding the spice is going to cut down on the fat. And we're going to put into this our couscous. This is whole wheat couscous, so lots of fiber. And just going to cover it for 5 minutes, remove it from the heat, and then it comes out like this.
Just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes, that's it. How great is that?
That's fantastic.
And we're going to fluff it with a fork. And then we're going to add to it some other things. We've got some dried cranberries. Now, cranberries are full of fiber, vitamin C, and they're just top of the charts for antioxidants. These things are great. But when you buy them, be sure to look for ones that don't have any sugar added, because a lot of times with dried fruit, which is already sweet enough, they add sugar, and you just don't need it. And some of that cilantro that we used in our salsa, so we only have to chop up one herb.
A lot of cilantro in this meal.
Fluff that up. And if you don't like cilantro, you can use parsley or any kind of herb that you like. I'm just going to drizzle it with some heart-healthy extra virgin olive oil. and a little pinch of salt.
Smells great,
And that's done. Doesn't
Really
that
does,
look
yeah.
so yummy?
Got about a minute left. I know our
Okay,
chicken
next
is
up,
cooking back there.
my favorite speedy side dish are these peas. If you want to grab the chicken
Need your
while I'm doing
vegetables.
these.
Yep, need your vegetables.
All right, snow peas cook in no time at all. I rinse these off, leave the water on, put them in the microwave for 45 seconds,
Yep.
and then I'm adding sesame seeds to these. And these are just like a great little seed that adds so much flavor, has zinc, B, all kinds of good stuff. Actually has fibers that help lower your cholesterol in those sesame seeds.
There's
a
our
little
chicken.
butter, there's our chicken. And to that, we're just gonna put our salsa on top. Why don't you grab that salsa and put some
it.
on here. Plate this up, a delicious meal. Fantastic, no time at all. You see how easy that was? Don't you think you could do that
You
after
said
work?
15 minutes. We've done this in less than 5.
Well, you know, we had the power of TV
It's
on
okay.
our side.
That's okay. That's why
We'll
we're
plate
here.
that up. It looks
A
so
little couscous on the
yummy.
side.
I mean, I would be thrilled to have this for dinner.
And if you got your leftovers, you can have it for lunch the next day.
Absolutely. This couscous is great as a leftover. Add it to a green salad
Yeah.
and put in some tuna or something like that, and you've got a great leftover lunch the next day. What do you think?
It's great. It's very nice.
Low fat, healthy, delicious.
And of course, during the commercial break,
fast.
everybody else will come in. We'll devour the chicken.
And it'll be all gone,
It's gonna be
right?
during the break. Okay. I'm sorry.
waiting for a break?
I gave them too much credit. Who said they would wait until the commercial? Katie,
I want to
thank
bite
This
too, all
is
right?
really pretty. I like lots of color in my meal.
I do too. Well, you know, we eat with our eyes first.
We do.
And that's good. You know, the kids will like it because it's nice and bright.
Jeff, you don't even need a plate. And yes, you
Yeah.
can take that home, Jeff. I know you need one of those for the house.
Speaking
Or
of
the
kids, I
office.
will say, I
You
tell
get one of
Katie this
these.
every time she's here. But what's great about so many of your recipes, which have become staples in our home,
Yep. I
my
love
kids love them, my husband loves them, and they're quick, like these.
Oh,